Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have another diagnosis video here. Hopefully I'm in the shot. I'm using the Osmobile 3 for this. It's been a very good one so far for videos. So well, coming back to the car. So this is a 2011 535i. Customer complaint is overheating. As you can see, put already a pressure tester on it. I mean, this has been for like an hour, and I lost like half a pound, which I already pumped back just to make sure, I have no leaks. I raise the car, I check underneath, the usual parts on these vehicles. Let me make sure I am there. So the usual areas or suspect areas. Sorry for the shaking or the movement. I'm getting used to it. All right, so the usual areas for this car to leaks, the expansion tank, the thermostat, and the connection right here on this side of the car is usually the ones that they're more prone to leak. This is the newer design with a twin turbo as a one sole turbo, so it's a big turbo with a twin scroll. I'm pretty sure that's how it is. And obviously the turbo has coolant lines that most often they get damaged because the valve cover start leaking and then get brittle and obviously start leaking. That's like if you guys want to know how that is, check the last video on my channel. I think it's in a 535 as well, not as new as this one. I'm not sure, we'll see. But well, so this car is pretty clean, no oil leaks, no coolant leaks, and I mean the reservoir is full, so I don't have that kind of issue. The other way. Again, I'm trying to get used to this. So I got the Drive Pro connected because like I said, I couldn't find any obvious leaks. Yeah, I put, 16 and a half pounds just to pressurize the system and nothing is leaking. I don't see nothing on the floor. Let me double check again. Because I mean, this has the engine cover still installed on it. So let's do a full scan and see if we can find anything related to it. The other thing that I was thinking to do is run the car and then see how the pump works, because I was able to actually see or hear the fan coming on and off, like a car that is actually overheating. So we have a problem because sometimes when the fan, especially in BMW, goes on and off and on and off, it's because the pump is not running on the right speed. So we'll see. It's an electric pump, so let me set up the radiator cap back on because most likely I will be starting the car and do a quick test on the vehicle, and I'll get you back with the codes. All right, guys, one thing that I wanted to show you too, I'm not sure how well, nice thing about these Osmobile is I can move hopefully you guys can see that the pump is actually working. I mean, the ignition is on. Obviously, I got the scanner connected. I just removed the pressure tester and I see that. So I can see the pump working. Not sure. Well, we will find, but we'll see in a second. So again, let me do a quick test. I know this is going to be a little weird. I'm just getting used to, guys. So please bear with me. I'm using my new phone. I bought the iPhone 11 Pro for that because I love iPhones to record videos. I'm having a little bit of a issue, because the Osmobile 3, well, this is doing that. Um, it has a tracking thing, which it works great, but only with the native camera and using their own um, app. So it's like a DJI app or something like that, it's called. But then the recorded video, it gets into like MP4 format that is, I cannot play it on Windows. So the only solution I have been able to find is use a QuickTime on my Mac to then save it again, but it takes forever. So I'm not doing that for that reason. So that was a very quick. All right, we got a lot of codes in here. Well, we know that that is BMW integrated automatic heating, air conditioning. We have two codes, digital engine, electronic. We got two codes. Let's see what we got there. Engine cooling system, Engine coolant system, coolant pump switch off due to a blockage. Oh, so that sounds like a stock thermostat, right? So that sounds like a engine coolant system, motor, speed, coolant pump, outside tolerance. All right, this is good. So let me get you guys close to the scanner. The issue with this setup is I cannot, well, by the way, you know that I'm using the Drive Pro, and that's a wire scanner, so I cannot really get you probably close enough, but believe me, so we have 20A, the number 04, that's the first one, engine coolant system, coolant pump, switch off due to blockage. And then the 208 letter 701, engine coolant system, motor or speed coolant pump, outside tolerance. So let's see what we have here as far as, let's say, freeze frame. I know you guys are not being able to see much, so I will try to read as much as I can. So it's been happened 3 times, very close mileage wise. So in the last 2,000 miles, 3 times. So 13 days ago and then a day ago. Coolant temperature 86 degrees, battery voltage was fine, 13.8, 13.9, 14.7. And then temperature received by the coolant pump 75 degrees, 77 degrees, 75 degrees. Current received by coolant pump 32%, 30%, and 0% on the last one. So I'm going to, it's not that, you know, AutoLogic now give us the chance to send us this to an email because I can show this to the customer. So the email was sent, perfect. So I can close this one and hopefully I can go back to the other one. Yep. Just to see if the two has happened. No, this has only happened one time. The one out of tolerance, engine speed, coolant temperature, and that was 16 hours ago. Actual engine speed received from coolant pump 192 RPM. So something is not working correctly here. Let's email this to me because I need to get familiar with the codes. The sounds about the blockage of what we're seeing in here, that we have probably a block thermostat. They call, you know, complain in the car is overheating. It's a very clean car, so let's go back and see if we have anything that we can relate to. Let's see what we have in the air conditioning and heating system. Air conditioning compressor switch off due to missing DME and DDE release. Well, that's not important for an overheating situation. Let's go to the next one. We got a footwell module. I need to see what we have there. Electronic transmission management. We got to take a look at those two. Welcome light, repeat. Yeah, that's not important. And electronic transmission, which is EGS, yeah. Interface force upshift due to thermal engine protection request or signal invalid. So this was a force upshift due to a thermal engine protection. So that is, again, the car was overheating. All right, so that's all I really can care about it. I really like, you know, the setup from AutoLogic. I should have seen on this. Let's do the quick test 1 second again, because sometimes there's a history codes of for this vehicle that you can see in there. It's a fault timeline. That is I can see the full report in here, which I will also send to me that I didn't. Very important, because I always have to, or I like to have a record of everything. And here I have the VIN number, the mileage, everything that I need. Very important. I'm glad I went back to here. And let's now look at the few fault timeline I was able to find about this. With Kit DeFazio, my good friend, he always give us, advice on what to use or how to use, because I mean, he uses pretty much every single tool that you imagine. Time ago, okay, the upshift, which is this is very nice. So let me take you guys close to that because I want to show you this. Hopefully the camera, yeah, just okay. As you can see, in here we can see that the force, this is on the transmission. You can see EGS. So that quote 421722 happened 1.6 hours ago. That's the very important of this, because then you can tell the customer, no, this happens a year ago, 2 days ago, whatever. So this is very, very good. The engine coolant system motor speed coolant pump outside tolerance happened 17 hours ago. That is very nice. And that's in the motor. We got another one in the motor that happens 13.1 days ago. So I'm definitely going to send this to myself. And I'm going to keep using this more and more. I mean, this is very unique to AutoLogic. I haven't even seen this in any other scanner. So yeah, it's not a huge list for a BMW, right? All right, guys. So let me um, let me get out of here and let me read the information on those two codes. I'll be right back and share that with you too. All right. All right, guys. I'm trying to give you the best approach possible. So I got the car running. I was looking at the two codes, and they're actually obviously correlated. Um, it's definitely a water pump. So we have an issue here. Either the thermostat is stuck, or is halfway stuck, or the pump is just not running at the full speed. If you see the um, description and operation and testing of those two codes, it tells you to, you hear the fan, now it went to full speed. So let me go first to diagnosis request. So let me see if I can, hopefully you guys can see that. I mean, the fan is coming on and off really, really fast. Charger temperature, coolant temperature, radiator outlet is 72 degrees Celsius. So yeah, it is very hot. I can probably transfer that into Fahrenheit. If you guys give me 1 second. This is my other scanner that I have here to transfer that engine oil temperature, which is also good to check that, because then we know if the car is reaching, a dangerous temperature, or is it still okay. So we got so far 70 degrees Celsius. So 70 C to Fahrenheit. That's 158. So no, it's not too hot. So let me see what is 200 degrees Fahrenheit in Celsius. Like that, I know when to be worried. So it's like 90, 94 degrees. Yeah, I don't know why I forgot about that. Usually thermostat open at 82. So the engine is not super hot. So the temperature values are okay. They should not be activating the fan back on and off. Let's see if I can see anything else. Alternator, automatic engine start, fuel, misfire counting, motor operating values. The computer is definitely doing that. I can see that right here. I want to see the pump speed. Switches. I use so many different scanners. Sometimes it's hard to. Let's see if in here is no. Fuel, alternator, battery and terminal charger, fuel. Come on. No. Yeah, I don't know what else to do. Maybe test, component test, service functions, coding, diagnosis. Let me see what else it gives me because sometimes you can get a test plan out of the fall, but no, this is just giving me the same thing we saw before. Some component activation. Nope. Oh, well, let me go back 1 second to general. Electric water pump, yeah, but yeah, that's good. I know it's working. So the only thing we can see in here is the temperatures. So let's go over to diagnosis request and check the temperature. Yeah, and those are coming on and off because the computer, which I don't know why I cannot see because we on the old before 2009 we were able to see the fan speed. I mean the fuel pump speed and amperage. So we can see the coolant temperature of the radiator outlet is 84. The engine oil temperature is 77, so that will tell us if the engine is hotter than the coolant, right? Which is not the case. Let me keep looking for that. All right, guys, I'm going to do one thing. Let me switch this to the Autel to see if I can see those values or not on the auto scanner. All right, guys, I got the Autel connected and already ID the vehicle. One thing that I like about the Autel so far is, with the Snap-on or Autologic, sometimes you need to turn the ignition on and off. This does it automatic. So we're just gonna go over to the DME. So drive, not the diesel. Let's see, live data, diagnosis requests. It most likely will be the same. I'm just looking for those fits. So we can get engine speed, coolant temperature, engine oil temperature, battery voltage. Um, hopefully we can get that because I'm seeing a little. What I like about this here is it mix everything on one and you can select what you were looking for. I like Hotel a lot, at least for reading information. Electric fuel pump, electric fan activation, coolant temperature and outlet. Come on. Because at least this way, I mean, I like also to have, different menus, but then you have to go to each. You might be missing, at least in here, you can select what you're looking for. Nope, no, we don't have that pump either. So never mind, guys. It's out. They took it off so we cannot see it. Probably with the OEM um, scanner, which I have, but I'm not going to connect it for this. I know already we saw the pump being activated, so it's nothing else I really need to do. So I'm just going to call the pump and the thermostat. No matter what, you need to replace those as one, and that's it. So why would I check the powers and grounds of a pump when you guys with me saw that it was a squirrel and race this way? So that's the pump working very slow but working, and that's the problem. I obviously when I remove the undercover, I will be checking for the fans. Sorry for the pump connected, but the car is very clean. It has no hit um, or damage. Like if you suspect that something hit underneath and you might have a harness damage, then yes, you can. Or if you have like a 0 RPM or no activation of the pump, but that's not the case in here. I mean 92,000 miles. I don't know if he already tell that to you guys, but yeah, the car has 92,000 miles, and that is about the lifespan of this pump. So I know it's not so much of a working to the process because, like I said, I got a working component, so I don't need to do electrical testing in this case. All right, guys, I see you next time.